We all know the saying, it's mind over matter. Well, two recent studies suggest that our minds play an even bigger role than previously thought when it comes to healthy and unhealthy eating. Derek Thompson, senior editor of The Atlantic, wrote about how food and the way it's presented trick our brains. Derek, good morning.
Good morning.
So, we've known for quite a while that our brains and our bellies approach hunger in a completely different way. And so how is our understanding of this evolved now?
So now we're beginning to see exactly how big a role the brain plays in this. You know, sometimes someone will say, "Are you hungry?" And you'll respond, "What time is it?"
Yeah.
That's sort of a great example, right? What time is it actually has nothing to do with while your stomach processes food, but it shows that we need our brains, we need our active memories to know, when do we start eating? When do we stop eating? What should we eat and what should we not eat?
I thought it was fascinating that you used people who've had amnesia as part of the test subjects, because what did they figure out by looking at them?
So you asked people with severe amnesia, these researchers did this, and they said, "Would you like to have lunch?" They said yes. A few minutes later, they said, "Would you like to have lunch?" They said yes. A few minutes later, they said, "Would you like to have lunch?" They said yes. It's sort of a mean study when you come to think of it. I hope they didn't do it too often or repeat it on too many patients. But at the same time, shows a really clear lesson, which is that we aren't taking the signal directly from our stomachs. We're taking it from an interplay between our stomachs and our thinking memories and our brains.
Let's talk about the two studies in the Journal of Consumer Research, which we're talking about here. Starting with foods we perceive as healthy. What did that show?
So foods we perceive as healthy in terms of salads or in terms of food textures. So one interesting thing in terms of food textures, actually, is that we tend to think that crunchy foods are healthy, and we tend to think that soft foods are not healthy. So how does this play out? Well, what they did was they fed people crunchy brownies and soft brownies. When they didn't prompt them with anything, people were more likely to eat soft brownies. But when they said, "Now pay attention to your diets here," all of a sudden everyone completely switched their preference to crunchy brownies. Does this make any sense? Well, think about trail mix. Think about granola.
Yeah.
Think about crunchier cereals. We somehow have an intuition that crunchier foods are healthier for us, even when there's chocolate in that granola and things in that cereal like sugars that obviously aren't good for us.
Oh, but I wish crunchy meant it was healthy. The brownie one would be great. I want to ask you about the menu placement, because I thought that was also fascinating. Where they put the low-calorie items affects how often we're going to order them.
This is cool. So you've seen in New York and a lot of cities around the country, they start labeling the menu with calories, right? This is good. It pushes people towards ordering less calorie food. It also pushes restaurants towards feeling embarrassed about serving 600-calorie muffins, so they take those off the menu. Both good things. But if you group the healthy options and say a corner on the page in a sort of healthy menu, it allows us to compartmentalize the healthy stuff, and it's what's called vicarious goal fulfillment. We say, check, this menu has healthy foods, and I'm just going to go on to order the hamburger and the bacon, egg, and cheeseburger anyway.
So we think we're eating healthy just because there's healthy stuff on the menu.
Right, yeah. It's a cool thing. Vicarious goal fulfillment. We want to be around healthy food. It makes us feel better about ourselves. But unfortunately, we ironically give ourselves license to indulge precisely because we've just seen the word salad.
I thought it was fascinating, too, because they said if there was a side salad, people still would order the French fries because they said, "Oh, it's there, so now I can go ahead and have the French fries." I mean, it didn't affect in terms of actual consumption and purchasing at all, did it?
No, well, this is the cliche about someone who goes out to McDonald's and they order the triple Whopper with eggs and a huge thing of fries and maybe some chicken tenders, and then they get the Diet Coke. And it's like, why are you getting the Diet Coke?
Yeah.
Maybe that's fine.
Twice here.
Right, exactly, that's fine. But it's difficult to sort of process both things at the same time. At Subway, for example, a study that compared Subway to McDonald's eating, people ate much more at Subway. They ate for longer periods of time because they thought they were at a healthy restaurant.
Right.
So once again, they had given themselves license to depart from their diets. And that's kind of what we're always looking for, because we want to eat the stuff that we like in the first place. And so we're hungry, really, for excuses.
It's a strange way we're sort of tricking ourselves twice.
Yeah.
You know, we're sort of trying to give ourselves information about how to eat healthier, but then that gives us license to eat unhealthily.
Yeah, even though I don't like this research, it's always fascinating. Derek Thompson, thank you so much.
Thank you.